Hello! It's the Nick and Matt show this week. That's right, you're trapped in here with us.
It's a fun little, we realized we hadn't been on a stream together.
I know.
That's a fun little spin-off.
Yeah, we've done a couple romp episodes, but we have not been on a studio.
Yeah, you've never seen us in the same room together.
That's
now
right.
you know
we are
Matt's
separate
not just doing a
people.
voice.
That's right. Hello, hi, welcome.
everybody.
We're here to talk about all the goings-ons of Leader Games.
Yeah.
You've hit us at a funny time. There's a lot of buzz about. There's a lot going on.
Yeah, busy.
Super busy. We're gearing up for Gen Con.
Yeah.
We're finishing projects. We're looking at what's ahead. We can get into all of it, but first, I'm curious.
Yeah.
As we are wont to do, what have you been up to?
Yeah, we
What
still
have you
get to
been
do that.
playing?
Even
We
if
still
it's
get
just
to
you- we still get
well,
to
just
do
you
what
and
we've been
me.
playing time.
Nobody cares what I'm playing. I'm
you
not a
never get asked.
designer.
Nobody
but
fills you
nobody
up.
asks me.
What have I been playing? Board game stuff. I've been playing a lot of Toy Battle.
Ooh.
It's by Paulo Mori. It's kind of definitely, I'd say, certainly not like in the universe, but it feels like it's in line with like Caesar, Blitzkrieg, Dogfight.
Oh, okay.
These like small box war games.
Yeah.
It takes like 20 minutes to play.
Cool.
Variants of units, what you do, and it kind of has. I feel like it could have been themed as like League of Legends or something. You have like your little tower, and you have these lanes that go to the opponent, and you can either win by like creating a chain of your units with high enough value that you can then place on top of their thing, or you will control zones of the map, and then when you control them, you'll get like 2 points or something, and you win if you get 7 points. So there's kind of a race either to like KO them or scoring on points thing.
Gotcha.
It's really good. It's really, really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, having a blast with it. I've only played. It comes with like 8 maps in it. Just like it's
nice.
a ton of little game and a little product.
Yeah.
So yeah, Toy Battle's huge for me.
That's cool.
And then one of my friends brought over Oceans, and we played with the expansion. And the Oceans expansion played right to my heart with one of the gods you could be was like the Leviathan. Straight up. So I was very excited. So I played the Leviathan thing, and what it lets you do is doesn't super matter. But it was very on brand for Ahoy Leviathan, where it eliminates all of your other species that you have in front of you.
Yeah.
You now have only the Leviathan, and the Leviathan can hold an infinite number of traits. So you do very similar to why you just get like one super strong guy who's like, I can attack you for 25. So it was very funny.
Yeah.
So I had a good time with that.
That's awesome.
What about you?
So, I mean, I only ever play the same 3 games that I always play. But also, we played a game of, I can never remember how to pronounce it, Condottiere?
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 Yeah.
We played that in Office recently,
great.
and I'm sort of just in the background obsessed.
Yeah, I
need
agree.
to play it more.
I
I
agree.
just think about that card system kind of over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And
I'm always jealous of a game. I mean, it's the thing I said after I've played it, I think 2 or 3 times only. But I'm also really high on Condottiere, and it was just the like, you know, any game that's just like, it's just like 12 auctions in a row, and it like works. I'm like so jealous
into
that way.
that.
It's so, it's crazy how simple it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, really, really good.
Yeah, I loved that. I've been knocking out some ARCS campaigns. In the video game world, I've been playing Chrono Trigger.
Oh, sure.
I'm like 3/4 of the way through Chrono Trigger, and
Is this your
hot
first time
take,
Chrono
this
Trigger?
This is my first time getting this far in
Sure,
Chrono
okay.
Trigger. I've done the classic thing with Chrono Trigger where I've played the opening like 2 hours
Sure.
1,000 times,
Yeah.
whatever. But this is the first time like properly getting the full playthrough. And I don't know, hot take. It's like one of the best games of all time. I don't
No,
know.
people should play it.
Have you heard of this? Have you heard
Chrono
of
Trigger?
Chrono Trigger? Yeah, it's like the dream team. No, it is wicked good.
Yeah,
It's
nice.
insane how good it is, and
How,
it makes
how
me.
long have you been playing for? I mean, like, I don't know how long I've played
I
Chrono Trigger.
started this playthrough, so I got it on my DS Lite. That's the other. I missed a DS Lite, you know.
Yeah.
There's been a tactile, just the
Feeling of it,
element
sure.
where I'm just
Looking
like,
down
I'm
at just the
back,
bottom
baby.
screen.
Yeah, so good. So I started this playthrough kind of a while ago, but then I've been like binging it more in the last month.
Yeah, nice.
And yeah, it's really good. I want to finish a playthrough of Sea of Stars when I finish that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Sea of Stars is
Similar.
such a love letter
Yeah.
to Chrono Trigger, and I was enjoying it, but I hadn't done my homework.
Done it on the real one
Yeah,
first,
sure.
Had your energy.
So I'm enjoying that.
Nice.
Are you video gaming?
Yeah, I'm video gaming also. A lot of Mario Kart. I got the Switch 2, so I've been playing the new Mario Kart still. It's really fun.
Man,
Donkey Kong Bonanza is gonna be crazy.
yeah, when
I
is
can't
that?
wait.
Like right around the
Next
corner?
week.
Oh my gosh.
Or like 2
yeah.
weeks, yeah.
That reminds me, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3
3
and
and
4
4
comes out like next week.
Yeah, also, yeah, no, big gaming time. Yeah, Donkey Kong's gonna be crazy. I can't wait. And then I'll keep bringing the bell up. I feel like this game I've mentioned for the past like 6 months on here is the Bazaar.
Oh yeah,
I'm still playing the Bazaar.
That's cool.
The like digital card game thing online. I'd super recommend it. I'm at the point where I've like played so much of it. I'm starting to like not like it, which is how you know it's a good game. Just in my secret.
800 hours, actually kind of a bad game.
Kind of bad, maybe. Yeah, exactly. Like that circle's happening. So I know it's actually really good. Yeah, and I would recommend it if you like deck builders and if you like card games. The Bazaar is awesome. The thing I only realized recently, I'm thinking about it more, where I'll give it its flowers again, was the it is a competitive deck building game. It's a player versus player deck builder.
Yeah.
And like that's a really hard genre. Sure. Deck build often they're just like little econ-y things. They're not like attacking the opponent or damage stuff. And the Bazaar's awesome for that reason. So
that's really cool.
But yeah, into that stuff.
You've been playing Cursed Yo-Yo, right? Too. I saw.
Oh yeah, Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo. Yeah,
that's
Cursed
one I gotta get on.
It's so good. Yeah. I almost finished it. I had like I was actually, that's so funny. I was like on the final boss and then had something come up, like the classic. Sure. You're like the final cutscene starts and you're like, okay, well I gotta go.
Yeah. And then you're like, I did kind of beat it.
I did.
Like I basically beat it. So am I really gonna go back to it? That's what happened to me with Tunic. I realized like a week ago, I never actually beat Tunic. Yeah. I got in front of the final boss and just like,
I get it.
Feel all right.
I get it. I get what happened. I kill him. I don't kill him.
Look up a YouTube video of how it goes. Seems fine to me. I don't know. Yeah.
That's funny.
I wanted to show off one other thing.
Yes. I
have a prop.
Yeah.
I haven't played this yet, and I don't care because it's kind of not even a game. It's just the vibes are great. I have this little this backpacks and blisters. I got this at UK Games Expo. In the used game shop that they have at UK Games Expo. It is, I mean, look at the back. Published 1993 by the Ragnar Brothers.
Ragnar Brothers, yeah.
And it is just a delight. It's just a delight of text.
Does it have a feature where it says, what else does the game end? Oh, and the heavy rucksack.
The heavy rucksack. There's a card that's the heavy rucksack. What we wanted was a simple, fun game based on walking to different places in the Lake District. It's just about the Lake District in England.
This is actually the first walking simulator board game.
It is, from 1993. But if we cut to the overhead camera, you will see this amazing linen map. It's just a cloth. It's just a towel. It's a tea towel.
Straight up,
and it's a map of the Lake District. And it's really funny because I got this game again at UK Games Expo. Cole, a bunch of our team were all there, but Cole had just finished hiking the Lake District with his brother. So he was like, oh yeah, one here, one here, one here. We just like started perusing the map of like the good spots are. But yeah, it's a...
I see that the two resources in the game are chocolate and money.
Chocolate and money, as in life.
Very up my speed.
It's really good. It's the kind of game where if you were like in front of the developer and you were like these days, like, well, do you think it's any good? They would say, get out.
Yeah.
It's not about whether this game is good or not. No one cares.
Yeah.
It couldn't matter if it's a good game.
I like that it's. I don't think I've seen a board game map that has the scale ratio on it. Actually,
this map is 1 to 17,500 of the scale.
Where
of all of this.
Every 1 3/4 of an inch is a mile.
It's so good. One little bit. You can cut back. We don't have to look at the map anymore. Whatever. It's trash. The introduction. I won't read all of it. Don't worry. I'm not going to bore us all in this thing. But there are two types of people in this world. First, there are ourselves. Intelligent, sensible, well-adjusted people who choose to stay at home where it's warm, snug, and cozy. Our meals are prepared using the correct equipment. Food mixers, fan-assisted ovens, and the very latest in electric carving knives. It was 1993.
Electric carving knives, the ones everybody's using, for everyday use.
For pleasure, we sit in front of our color televisions and spend an evening in the company of Terry Wogan. I don't know, that's a British reference. Should we need to go out, then we walk no further than a remote-controlled automatic garage door and climb into the spacious and rather elegant family hatchback waiting inside. Then there are the other people, and it's a whole. There are those foolish enough who, for pleasure, I tell you,
foolish
that's a direct quote.
For pleasure.
Go and sit on top of steep, back-breaking lumps of rock in the pouring rain, chewing on soggy sandwiches and swigging lukewarm cups of coffee. These people are known as walkers.
This man really tries to act like he's like a cowboy out on the front.
No, I think this is real. This is real, like Douglas Adams energy.
Yeah, sure,
just
sure.
like it's such a delight. So I'm gonna make everybody in the office play this with me at some point. I don't know. But
I also love when a rule book uses the type of language like basically. It explains that you basically play a card and move your walker, score points, and draw another card. Just basically. That's basically what it is.
basically
In the legal definition of your game.
Yeah, relic of the past. Thank you, Ragnar Brothers.
I'm excited to check it out.
Okay. Should we get into some business?
We can talk about work.
Some business. A few announcements, some
Yep.
cool stuff to show, and then we're going to talk a lot about Root.
Yep, for sure.
A whole bunch about the end of the Root
Yep.
development. To lead with a bit of Root, the Kickstarter update went out yesterday.
Yep.
The print and play is available. We're going to be showcasing it, but we did want to make kind of clear the timeline of where Root is at. We aren't 100% confident in the November to December timeline that was originally proposed. This is not that far out of grasp. We are like so incredibly confident in a Q1 release.
Yeah.
And really, what this mostly amounts to is the Root fulfillment is going to be very long. Like from the date of first delivery to the last person gets their thing, it's an incredibly complicated fulfillment.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Every
so many
single one of
products.
you got like
Yep.
a different specialized package, which means our fulfillment centers are just going to take a lot of time. That, I would say, is the main reason we're saying you might not be a person who gets it before Christmas or before New Year, right? Because it genuinely could be like a few weeks of fulfillment.
Yep.
So that's the sort of like, it's a bit of a bummer. Some people are going to get it just in time. Some of you won't. That it's unfortunate, but also
It's the realities of
the
shipping
reality
a
of
bunch
this
of
of shipping
things.
stuff, especially at that time of year.
Yeah.
It's question marks, but hey, we're thrilled here to have like finished the development more or less on the schedule we had been kind of hoping for. We have Ahoy on Board Game Arena coming along pretty nicely. I've played 4 or 5 alpha tests now, and it's getting really smooth. I don't know when that goes to beta testing. It's like after it passes a few more flights.
Yeah, after there's like not enough flags.
Yeah,
or
it needs some
something.
amount of approvals, and then it will be in beta testing, which will mean it will be open to anyone. Right now, it's like a closed alpha program, but then it will be available to beta. It's working really well, and then sometime later, it will be fully released on Board Game Arena. So you can keep an eye on that. In Oathland, we're not going to talk a lot about Oath today. Next month will be an Oath-centric
Oath
studio
Tuesday,
chat. But just so people know, there will be, in the coming days, an Oath solo and co-op mode update online. I know Liz was even posting some stuff today, but like over the course of this week, that's gonna all get posted out there. Check the Woodland Warriors if you'd like. It might also get posted to Kickstarter after, but it's definitely leaking out into Woodland Warriors right now. And beyond that, just expect lots of news next month. It is also right here at the very tail end of its own development. So Oath and Root are kind of both.
It's going to be
tying
one
up
and the other,
everything.
pretty much.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
going to,
Yeah,
you're
the-
gonna hear a lot
the-
about one, and they're going to be
At this
right
point,
here
the
about
only
other.
reason Oath will be any discernible difference of time between. Like after Root is because of production timelines. They're produced at the same facility, and so it's just
can't
gonna,
do two things at once.
Can't do two things at once. Okay, one other thing before we show off cool stuff. We will be at Gen Con. Very excited for Gen Con.
Yes.
The whole staff is there.
Said like a question to me.
Like
I'll
be
be
at
like a
Gen
father,
Con?
very excited for
Nick?
Gen Con Day. Yes, I'm really excited for Gen Con, man. No, I am. I can't wait.
We are, we've got a room again, so if you come by room 135, you can hang out with us. We'll be there all day. We will be demoing Ahoy almost the entirety of the weekend. We have evening programming, is what I'm calling it. It's at 6 p.m. each night. There is a different thing we're doing for about 2 hours. The first night is a Root like expansions overview. If you've got friends who've maybe played the base game, don't know what to get their hands on first. Lord of the Board will be hosting a talk about the expansions that you can get with Root. It'll be all the currently in print stuff. We won't talk a whole lot about Homeland during that event. And then the next night, Hunter and I from Romp will be talking about the Blighted Reach expansion for Arcs in a similar kind of vein. Oh, you've checked out Arcs, but you see that huge other box and it maybe intimidates
help you get it off the shelf.
Let's help you get it off the shelf. And then Saturday night is the leader Hootenanny, which I'm very excited for. We dare not spoil.
Oh yeah, you'll
what's
have to
to
come.
come.
You'll have to come.
But many people are working very hard.
A lot of people are talking about it too. I hear the industry's abuzz about this hootenanny. I'm just saying, you didn't hear it from me, but I'm hearing a lot of other people talking about it.
It will be theatrical.
It'll be, yeah. There's gonna be a lot to appreciate. So.
We got a laugh from Alita on that one. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's gonna be blast.
You should come to the Hootenanny.
you should come to
I'll
the
say
Hootenanny.
this. I'll say this here. All of these are ticketed events. Just come to the Hootenanny. I don't
Okay,
I
don't show
don't
that
care.
clip to Gen Con.
Hey, I don't care. Hey, I don't care. Whatever the room limit is where I'll cut it off. But beyond that, just come. It's all the other events, like the demos, we have a certain number of chairs that sit at tables. Those are limited.
Yes.
The stuff where it's like standing room only, we're hanging out, we're looking at stuff, just come by. It's free events anyway, so I simply don't care. You can also, in our room, you'll be able to peek at, there will be some games of Oath New Foundations being played in the corner, so you could come by, catch a peek. But those people will be playing some games for machinations.
Free peeks. For free peeks.
That's right, yeah, free
Free
peeks. Okay, let's talk about the really cool thing. I teased this on the Woodland Warriors yesterday.
Oh.
On August 4th, which is the day after Gen Con concludes, first off, all of the Ahoy stuff that you can see behind me there will be released to our web store and in retail. So all the new Ahoy stuff is coming out. And at the same time, we will be putting this on our web store. This is the official ARCS playmat. If we want to cut,
Give us the top down.
so give us the top down. Here it is, folks. It is, we made our own. We did it. Everyone wanted it really bad, clamored for it for a long time. We wanted to do it the way we really liked. There were some things that came up in trying to create it where you can even see here. I'll flip it around. Yeah. We'll go this way.
Fair.
The text over here, normally there's like really small explainer text that was here before. It didn't look, there was no way to get it
The
look
resolution
good.
doesn't
Yeah,
work.
the resolution doesn't work. So we made those sorts of very tiny legibility adjustments for the neoprene mat, but it's got a hand stitch edge.
This is the only way to officially play ARCS
right.
with a playmat.
That's
if
right.
you play it without this
Yeah.
playmat,
There
that's an unofficial game.
Others exist, but you'll just be
Those
banned
don't
from
count.
the tournament.
Yes,
scene.
those
Just
games
kidding.
do not count.
We
if
don't
you
care.
Official playmat games.
But yeah, this is the good one to.
Yeah.
to if
That
you,
looks
if you want
great.
to get it.
The
It'll
graphics
be.
team
It
killed
will
it.
be in stores. It'll be put out into distribution. It'll be everywhere. You'll also be able to get it from our web store on August 4th. So there you go.
Visit our store on August 4th.
That's the ARC
for all the goodies.
For all the goodies. Okay, Nick. Should we talk a boot route?
Yeah, let's talk about some roots.
Shall we? Development finished up literally yesterday. You all ran the final play test. It was more or less the Patrick's seal of approval
Yep,
play
just
test. And it passed! Oh, we get to make it!
Yeah,
Hooray!
yeah.
It's done. It has been a crazy development. Plenty of you have been playtesters involved with it. You know how many iterations
Yep.
Josh has gone through, kind of everything. The number of times Josh was like, this faction feels pretty good. We're going to set them aside for a while. And then like 2 months later, he'd be like, there was one thing that was bothering me. And then...
So they've been tuned in a really they've been tuned really carefully.
Yes.
I mean, they've really been lovingly brought to the finish line.
That's right.
I mean, in that way, for sure. It's been any moment Josh found himself unsatisfied with something, he was willing to tear it down to rebuild it into something he was happier with. So the factions are stronger for it. I mean, just across the board, you can tell.
Yeah, we won't talk a whole lot about the frogs and the bats today because they've kind of been on streams and they largely haven't changed since
they
previous
remain
streams.
generally the same.
There's a couple things with bats, but we won't get into them. But we do have the naves that we could
latest
talk
knave
about.
board.
The naves have had a decent number of changes since like the last P&P. Anybody following along with Dev will have seen things that maybe resemble this. But
And to be clear, you can get this one on the PMP.
This is in
if you
the
go to our thing
brand
right
new
now in
PMP.
print, you'll have the same one as this.
That's
to be
right.
clear, this is
Yep.
the bleeding edge.
This is the final version, save for we find a typo or something before the release.
Right,
But this is obviously just on a piece of paper.
gonna have
I
a
don't
big
have
whiteboard.
I don't have any real components today. I am also just printing stuff from the print and play. But can we walk through some of the bigger changes
kind of things that
of the
changed,
names?
or like what? Yeah, I mean, so what I think the general dynamic of them that needed to be kind of retuned in the later stage of dev was about their like targeting.
Yeah.
And the question of who's supposed to be doing the targeting / like avoiding.
Yeah.
Right. At various points, they would only be able to take prisoners at a claim.
Yes.
Or certain things were gated at specifically at your dens, a piece that's no longer even in the game for them.
Right.
Going that way kind of created this like hyper focus almost across the board, where people either just avoid going there or there's clearly only one place to actually act. Where now we've kind of changed it where we have acclaim tokens over here now that are being placed every time you battle and survive a battle.
Yeah.
So now rather than marking where you will operate, it is actually marking where you've done your business already. And similarly, you can't place multiple claim in a same clearing. So it forces you to actually be the thing seeking out what's the next most convenient option.
Yeah.
And similar to that, I'd say also was the kind of large rechanging of the hostage situation and kind of the puzzle about where they have to go in the forest.
Yeah.
Previous versions had multiple hostages could be in one forest, or they got released in different ways, things like that. The scoring for them has been slightly different, but where we landed was whenever you fight, you can always take one hostage. Beyond a couple of these little battle modifiers might change that for you. And that hostage needs to go into an adjacent empty forest.
Right.
So
empty is the key.
Empty is the key thing there. They can't
Each
be with another
forest
hostage.
will have one
hostage. Yep. So what it creates is, they are a faction that's using the forest already a lot. What it creates is a faction who cares about the map construction almost more than anybody.
Right.
Where you'll have these things where it's you might see soldiers down in a corner that are going to be easier to beat in a battle, but they're only adjacent to one forest, so you won't be able to get full value if you go in with an assault or something. So that lets you take multiple. So it becomes there's kind of like swingier burst plays too that you're able to do, where if you do go into a clearing that's adjacent to 3, use an assault, you can potentially kill 3 guys, fill all the forests right now. The other big one was kind of about that captain cycling. So you'll always have one captain acting. There's always 3 in a game that you have, and what was happening was essentially one captain becoming like your super soldier in a lot of previous versions. And Josh really wanted to make sure that the faction had a kind of a roaming sense to them, right? Different things are problems at different parts of the game. Oh, now it's this guy. Now the focus is on the jailer. Now the focus is on the other one. And it kind of was the come at it with a hammer solution where you're like, okay, you know what? Every turn you just need to use a different captain. And you can't cycle back until you've used all 3 of them.
Which actually almost harkens back to one of the original versions, which was that you had 3 captains laid out, but that was per turn. You'd act with this one, then this one, then this one.
That's funny, I forgot about that.
And this extrapolates it out and it's no, it's 1 per turn, but then they go to sleep for 2 turns.
Exactly.
And you can reset later.
Yeah, it's funny. They used to have the, I call it the skeleton command line, almost like Olivast, where they would all activate in a row. And that similarly gave you that problem where, because of their activation order, kind of like the hammer captain, the last captain to act was a really big one for you. So a lot of that stuff was kind of to address those problems. And then certain, more in the weeds things, with that reshuffling of how a claim is being placed and tracked, where people actually want to be putting it. The scoring was kind of tuned to adjust for all of that. Josh found that he was a little dissatisfied with essentially just how blood hungry the faction was.
Right.
The faction,
especially early.
Yeah, especially early, and especially just and it kind of didn't relent because the only thing they would score for was hostages for in some versions, right? By essentially now splitting it between hostages and a claim, there are strategies that allow you to a claim can kind of be your constant point score, while your hostages are your balloon up that then spills out. Because I don't think I've played too many versions of this. I don't think in the last one that was in the P&P it had the forced release also on the Take It Easy. Take It Easy, for people who haven't played this one, is when your captains reset. So after you've used all 3 captains, they have to reset, you'll get all your items back. And as well, when you do that, you're going to release some of your hostages. Whoever has the most hostages is going to get to pull some back into a forest. And this also got cleaned up quite a bit. The Homeland Expansion is a lot about interaction, right? It's a ton about hairy relationships you have with another person. Oh, that token messes me up, but for right now it's more convenient to keep it, blah, blah, blah. Take It Easy used to be a lot more specific in that kind of way, where a card and the location. Found all of that was just too complicated for what we needed. It was no, people need their guys back. I haven't had them for 3 turns at this point.
That's plenty.
That's plenty of time. So a civil cleanup was just let them get it back. They don't need to pay a card. And the only advantage here that you are trying to counter again then is about where hostages are being placed. And that's a problem that the knaves themselves get to deal with. Because the knaves want to make sure, an ideal circumstance when you take it easy. You can only get back one or two
Right.
guys at one location. If I kidnap you in all of the borders of the forest,
Yeah.
I can make it so you're only getting back one or two guys rather than 3 or 4 if I, take all of your guys in Texas or whatever, that little central clearing.
Right.
Other things that have been like generally adjusted are like, kind of the way they interact with items has changed quite a bit. Their kind of crafting puzzle, how good they are at it, how poor they are at it has changed. I do like that they now have the ability to just filch an item. So if they're hanging out with people, they can just take an item from a person.
Right.
That's one of my favorite actions to hear people's like opinion of the value of, because it's a really hard one to get a good read on. You're like, I mean, I'm giving up an actual action,
Right.
and this doesn't do anything for me,
right.
but some of those items can be worth 2 actions,
Yeah.
and they can be worth 2 actions 2 times even if you get it on cycle 1
Right.
and you use a boot for 2 moves.
Yeah.
Recycles
It's huge.
another 2 moves.
Right.
You've turned 1 filch into like 3 moves, and so you kind of have to start making these gambits about how long do I think I'm going to extend my engine, which is something I like a lot.
Yeah. They. I feel like what I started to hear Josh hang his hat on more towards the end is really feeling that this was a faction about mobility more than everything else.
Yeah.
And there were all these other sort of theses about what the faction could be doing, but like things like dens just meant they were holing up too much.
Yeah, exactly.
And the whole point was, no, they're supposed to
Roam.
be running around everywhere.
Yeah.
But then you also didn't want it to be like this horrible death ball roaming the map. It's like, no. They are these little splinter outfits. These little parties get out and do stuff.
Well, it's also why like the captain activating and exhausting stuff matters so much, because, I mean, with 3 people in the forest,
Right.
there's a lot of places you can reach,
Yes.
right? But as the faction continues to act, as you get to Captain 2, your last captain, your range reduces effectively throughout those 3 turns. Your range of what you can do, where you'll be able to reach. So like, turn 1 is the knaves. Who knows where they're going to go?
Right.
Turn 2 is the knaves. A little bit more reasonable where they're going to go. Turn 3 is the knaves. It's the cheat over here on that side of the map. He can't get to me.
That's right.
So it gives you a lot more, I think, of like an interesting enemy timing puzzle also.
Yes.
And that's kind of where I think the like enemy targeting, kind of what we talked about, comes in, where it's the like, I don't know exactly where you're going to act, but I know where your reasonable operating capacity is. Because I mean that whole movement puzzle ties into, I mean, also like their recruiting's not very strong. I mean, unless you get T for reveling, it can be pretty difficult. And when they recruit, it's actually kind of by the enemy. So whenever a claim is removed, if you kill one of my acclaim mat, you'll get to place one of my skunks. Have to.
I get to.
You get to, yay! You're forced to place one of my skunks into an adjacent forest.
Right.
And so they have this like pathing puzzle often where you're like, where am I going to actually, it's like a little bus, and you're like, where am I going to pick up my knave? What bus route am I going to be able to pick up all my knaves and arrive at the location where I actually need to fight?
I also like, there was a period of time where I was running playtest nights here in the studio, and the question was often, we see what the knaves are doing. They don't feel overpowered, but we still don't feel like we know what we're supposed to do against them.
Right.
What are we supposed to do if we do need to knock
Slow
them down a
or
little
something,
bit.
exactly.
And I think what has happened with captains and like what it means to bop a captain and knock them off the board has shifted a bunch of times, and where it's at now feels like the appropriate, when in doubt, go clear a captain off the map. That's going to reduce their total number of actions. It's going to do like a lot, and I feel like that became much more apparent to newer players.
Well, and I think also the fact that the VP pool was kind of split a little bit more reasonably between your captains being able to do stuff and your acclaim, because sometimes it can still be like, the captains want to have warriors with them. So sometimes you look at that captain and you're like, he's got a squad of skunks.
Right.
And the game says, well, what do you want to do? And this game says, then go clean up acclaim, because acclaim, they're also scoring half a point for each one. So you might as well go mop those up. And of course, like, yes, you're giving them soldiers, but now you're adding to stuff they need to actually try to plan for. So yeah, it's been really cool to see it all come together. It's so funny how many versions this has been for how different they are. But it is funny, like, I think I said Josh Rose, like, I mean, the best way, they feel like the same. Like,
they do.
They feel like, so just at their core, they are still, they're so in the pocket of what they wanted to be from the beginning that it doesn't, despite there having been 50 iterations or whatever, it doesn't feel like we started with an apple and ended with an orange. I'm like, no, I'm still tasting a delicious apple at the end. It reminds me of what you told me at the beginning. You just had to like rebuild the tree to give me the apple.
You just had to put lots of words. It's admittedly just about the most jam-packed faction board that exists.
It's a full UI.
It's a full UI.
more expansion. We like a toppings on a pizza. We put more rules in it, so you get more value.
That's right.
This is more value for you. This is more game, more rules.
This is just a double pepperoni.
Exactly. This is a double pepperoni pizza. Yeah, when you put it that way,
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's show off some card art. We don't need to get like in depth on stuff,
we
but
can talk about stuff that
holy
we've got.
cow, frog art
that's
is
it.
coming down the pipeline, and this guy,
agitators.
come on. These are a couple of frog cards I specifically chose. These are the ones I like.
I don't know if Kyle's watching this or not. I swear this one is like a reference to Amphibia or something. There's like an image in Amphibia, and it's a cartoon about frogs that I'm like, I swear I've like seen this picture before in my mind's eye.
And then the Squires and Disciples deck, I have some stuff from too. This has been pretty well tuned for like a while.
We had art on these for a while also.
And we've had a bunch of the art. Some of the last ones finally came in, but I mean, like, even this guy was like on the studio chat lead in today. But I like it, and I've seen the playtesters really dig this new deck. I mean, it does feel like this is gonna become the tournament scene deck, where Exiles and Partisans was also that for a long time. It's a
lot more tricksy.
It's so tricksy. There's a lot of powers where it's like you put it down, you're going to pick it back up later, you're going to put it back down again. You have this weird kind of counterbalance of your cards always coming back into your hand in some form or fashion. Also, I just love this guy. If I ever play the Root RPG, I'm going to be him. This is exactly
I'm going to
who
be
I'll
him, but with a bigger mustache.
That's right.
Just to be
twice as long. Yeah, there you go. The eyebrows from that guy in Gladiator. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
That's what we'll do. Okay. Anyways, that's just some juicy card art for
But
people.
no, I mean, the new deck I think also just adds a ton for people who have played the game
Yeah.
a bunch. I mean, it's crazy how much just new card powers can really change it up, even for factions you've played before.
Right.
There's a lot of like tricky kind of battle stuff in there. There's a lot of tricky movement stuff that you can leverage.
Yeah. It's all more nuanced though, right? Like obviously none of it is like the base deck, like Fox's cards or whatever. Like this stuff all feels like the stuff the online community will pick apart because it's like, oh, it's just this it's this little thing. You get like one extra battle or whatever. Like everything is akin to the Partisans cards from Exiles and Partisans, where it's like you're just like dealing an extra hit, but with this little consequence, and there's all these little consequences.
Because I would say in general, E and P I think probably leans towards. I mean, it's kind of the design of the deck, but it's just like big, blunt powers.
Yeah.
You have Corvid Planners now.
That's
You
right.
can move with that rule.
That's right.
You can, where these are a lot more, how will you use this now?
Yeah, right.
A lot
What are you
more,
gonna do with
what are you
it?
going to do with it now that you've got it?
Right.
Like, it's not just like, oh, you've unlocked a new ability. It's
Yeah.
like how unlocking the ability is part one. Part two is like, I think, how well you'll use the ability, which is what this deck, I think, highlights a bit more than some of the other ones, where you can use them better or worse a little bit if you're being clever.
Yeah. So yeah, that's some deck stuff. We got one more
another
physical
art piece.
thing to show
We got
off.
more art.
This is also in that PNP, I'm pretty sure, but it's the art for Lord of the Board. Shout out! I'm wearing his hat today in commemoration, but we can cut to the big camera for the Gorge map.
It's gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. This was obviously like a big task for Kyle, which was taking the cool concept of the Gorge map, but making sure it was like as legible as could be. The advantage homebrew has is only the diehards are digging into homebrew, which means it's so easy to like make allowances.
Yes.
Assuming people are just going to be able to dive into it. And this is still like kind of an advanced map.
I mean, it's certainly the most. It is. It's certainly the most advanced map that we have.
Right.
I mean, most of the maps are pretty basic without a lot of interesting exceptions, and this one does have these like kind of unique
Weird
forests
things.
you need to plan for.
Yeah,
and
but
stuff.
we have to make sure it is also legible for like a new audience. So some good examples of what came about throughout development is weird little shifting things. Like so the biggest difficulty of reading this map is where are the forests and what are they doing, especially now that we have multiple factions that like actually really care about where the forests are. So stuff like this ledge, this whole little bit
ledge
here,
down
actually
to here.
down into here across the river, this is all one forest. So you need little visual indicators like a rope that you could climb up to walk through this forest. And you can cross the river, right? All of that.
To go across,
And importantly too, like a late in development visual cue is the difference between this orange path You can almost not even see it in the stream, but this is like orange pebbling compared to the white pebbling of all other paths. This is a path that does not bisect the forest.
Correct.
Because in this instance, this is a hanging bridge.
It's above
but it continues to over here, right? So even this bit, this is still one forest.
Yep.
So weird little legibility things like that were coming up. I remember this was like a long long
about how much do we want this to split
this wall, the height of this
height of the gate,
little
stuff that
gate.
changed.
So many little legibility questions, and
yeah, I mean, it was one of the larger like art dev overlap things where I mean there were what can you give on one side versus the other, and I mean it's like Kyle being incredibly easy to work with, also allowing us to like ask for like if you draw it slightly differently, it might be easier to interpret, and him understanding how big those trade-offs are in a game like Root.
Right.
But no, yeah, man, I'm super happy with how it came out. I think it has like the visual trick of it being flat but having the depth and whatnot. I think Kyle did a great job.
Yeah.
The hanging bridge I think is awesome. The little like. It's little things that make the map feel so much bigger. I mean, it's like this shadow underneath
really
the bridge.
I didn't even notice that till
really
today.
Adds. Yeah, no, it adds so much. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, sure. There's like I'm down here, they're up there. Yeah, no, I think people are gonna have a blast with it. It's also a really tricky map to play on, frankly. That's all I can say from all my it's just a really tricky map to play on. I don't even have advice, unfortunately, on how to play good on it. I just know it's tricky.
I'll give you the advice.
Yeah, sure. What do you got?
The advice is your distance from south to north and back and forth, huge so far. Your distance from like west to east, adjacent in like most instances.
Yeah.
So it's a map that you aren't paying attention to actually how close you are to everything on this side.
Yes.
And then you don't realize like from here to here is 4 billion miles. Like it's so hard to ever get anywhere.
Yeah, corner to corner is kind of a nightmare.
Yeah, you're so much more protected if the direction someone needs to go is north and south.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, that's something I also just thought of. Something that was added during this one was pretty sure added was the forked river. It didn't fork.
Yeah, was it forked
I don't
before?
believe it forked
I don't
originally.
know.
I think I added the fork.
That's
Lord
funny.
of the Board will correct me. I'm pretty sure the fork was added. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure it used to just go like this, and we decided to fork it over to here.
Sure.
Just to give it that one extra clear. And then you can also have the fun poll of which way does the river flow?
Is it going this way?
Is it going this way?
Of course
Or
it is.
is it
This is the delta. It's gotta be. Don't start this kind of behavior.
Well,
with
this could
me.
be up here. This could be a hill. There could be a whole
This is a
hill
lake
over
that's going
here.
down and then it splits.
And it
Oh, you're
splits.
scaring
Yeah,
me.
then it splits.
Oh,
I guess it
dear.
kind of would mean it's going uphill here. You're probably right. It probably goes down.
Yeah, it comes up this assumed pathway.
You can build a
I
sawmill
don't
on
know.
that uphill water, dude. You go crazy. But yeah, no, Kyle did a great job with it. I also thought it was a very fun, even like surprise to me to go the kind of southwest
Desert.
I didn't expect a cactus.
Yeah,
and
sure.
It was very fun to see.
Right.
And I will say for my, I work here, but I'm also still just like a fan of Root and fake content. And the moment I saw like cactus, tumbleweed, whatnot, I was like, oh, so like an armadillo. So like an armadillo is an option.
Nick just got an idea for a
it's
new
so
expansion.
funny. Where I'm like,
The
wow,
Wild
yeah,
West.
That means those are real options. I didn't know. I thought it had to be more. So yeah,
Oh
it
my
is
God,
funny how
I can
quickly
have a horse faction.
Exactly.
And
Dude,
what does that even mean? Do the
Yeah.
horses ride other horses?
a vagabond that's
I
a
don't know.
jackalope. A jackalope faction? All right. Anyway, don't get me started. Yeah, we're finishing Root, not doing more of it right
That's
now.
right.
Since we're finishing this project, not coming with more. But yeah, no, Arizona folks will be happy. Yeah, exactly. A little bit more representation of the whole.
One of our
state.
graphic designers is from El Paso. And I
Sure.
feel like this was
Yes.
for them.
Yeah, yes. But yeah, no, the map's awesome. I think, again, 2 new maps just add so much content to the game. This plus the Marsh map. And I mean, the Marsh map is modular as well. So you have actually been given like 6 maps or something if I do the math like that.
Right. Yeah, and again, we've showed the Marsh map off on a previous stream. You can go find that, but it's the one that goes from 12 clearings to 15 clearings to allow for a better feeling 5 and 6 player game.
How we think 5 and 6 player game feels better.
Right.
You can still play 5 and 6 player on those normal maps
You
if
sure
you'd like.
can.
You sure allowed to,
but it's a cutthroat experience.
no, there's just no space.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
run.
There's nowhere to go without running into a knife.
Yeah. But that's pretty much it for Root development. Again, you can go dig around and check
Yeah, go get
all
in
of
the,
this
get in
out
the PNP,
for
print it
yourself.
out, show your friends, take
right.
photos of it.
And again, we expect that to release to the backers, very, very late in the year, or more accurately by quarter 1. Like you'll be getting it in quarter 1 at the latest. is the intended route that we've got. Should be easy to hit that quarter one target. We're not like afraid of Lunar New Year or anything like that.
No.
It's getting printed here soon. We'll
I
get
ain't
shipped
scared
out
of
in
no
time.
New Year.
Exactly. And that will do it for us.
think
That's all
so,
I have
yeah.
on my little post-it note.
That means
Throw
we've done it all.
away.
That
There's
means there's
nothing else to talk about.
Cool.
Thank you all for joining
thanks,
us.
everybody.
Thanks for loving the Southwestern vibes. Thank you for, if you didn't, here, I'll do one more. Someone else was like, did I miss the playmat? We'll fade out on the playmat. I'm gonna give direction to Alita now. Alita, cut to the overhead, and we'll say, bye-bye.
Bye.
Here it is, yay, we did it.
Have a nice one.